And her father ultimately found out when she was 17 years old. And he threatens to kill her. He said, if you have this Jesus in your heart, I must kill you. And she fled. She ran away from home, and she was 17, she was underage, so it became a big custody battle. And my colleague and co-worker Pamela Geller and I helped to organize resistance to this. And people said, oh, look at these crazy right-wingers. But I ask you, we were working, and we worked also, Pamela formulated some invitations to people who wanted to leave Islam and were threatened, and we ran them on buses, because of course the papers won't run this kind of thing. We ran them on bus ads, you know, like you've seen all the Islam billboards all over town. In every town, I'm sure they're here. And on the buses, we ran, if you're leaving Islam, family threatening you, call here and get safe houses set up. And we were the ones trying to protect people making a decision of conscience, exercising their free conscience and their free will, against people who were essentially saying that those who want to kill those who exercise their freedom of conscience, those are the ones that we have to look out for, because to do otherwise would be right-wing. Well, then maybe I do have a way. Because if that is what it means, then sign me up. But if we do not stand now for the freedom of speech that is contravened, remember, about not being able to say something impermissible about Islam, Muhammad, or Quran, if we do not stand up for the freedom of conscience, if we do not stand up for the equality of rights of women, if we do not stand up for the equality of rights of non-Muslims, then we will not keep them. They don't just automatically stay in society, especially when they are directly threatened. No. This whole thing, this whole talk tonight, the whole subject of our discussion here is about being scared off from defending them because of the wrong label and being on the wrong side of the fence. Now consider that for a minute. Imagine the situation that the United States is in, that it bears a stigma to defend human rights for all people, and equality of rights for all people. How does this happen? Well, have you ever heard of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation? The Organization of Islamic Cooperation is 56 Muslim countries plus the Palestinian Authority, 57 Muslim states, or governments, around the world. Since the collapse of the Soviet bloc, it's the largest voting bloc at the United Nations. Whatever it wants at the UN, it gets. The OIC, Ekmeladi Isanolu, the Secretary General of the OIC, says jump, and Ban Ki-moon says ally. The OIC, since 2005, has been undertaking a very concerted effort to compel Western states to criminalize discussion of Islam under the guise of defamation of religion. Now you think, well, defamation of religion, I'm not for that. Nobody should go around defaming somebody else's religion. That's in poor taste. If they want to outlaw defamation of religion, I got no problem with that. But then you start to read the fine print. And in the first place, who gets to decide what's defamation? I told you the Islamic definition of slander, remember? It's not telling something false, it's telling something true that they don't want known. So is that defamation? If I tell a truth, if I say Islam has this imperialist imperative to subjugate and dominate non-Muslim societies and individuals. This is a statement abundantly establishable from the Islamic texts and teachings, the teachings of Muhammad, the teachings of the Quran, and a million imams all around the world. So is that defamation? Yes, by the OIC's lights, that would be defamation of religion. What I just did, just said. You saw it happen. You can bring me up on charges.